Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is 99 Orga here, and I am back with another Godzilla Battle Line gameplay and commentary. It's been a minute since I had to step behind the mic and do a commentary. The last couple of videos were recorded probably days in advance, so kind of haven't recorded a commentary since G-Fest. So this is going to be very fun. We have the new season starting up. I hope everyone had a great last season, got their top 100 placement and whatnot. Congratulations to everyone who played really well last season. Hopefully this season is just as good, if not better. Before we talk about the new ride units from the roller coaster that's in Japan, I need to thank everybody for 700 subscribers. Y'all are the best. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 700, almost to 750. I got a lot of special videos on the way, a lot of cool ideas coming out. I just need to get the gameplay for it and whatnot, but yeah, I got some really fun stuff coming out that no one's really doing, so I cannot wait to get into it. Thank you guys again for 700 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about Godzilla the Ride version King Ghidorah and Godzilla the Ride version, obviously Godzilla. We'll start off with King Ghidorah because everyone should have King Ghidorah, but interesting enough, I'm not really seeing this King Ghidorah. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I could tell you why that is. But let's not make people scared of using it. It's not a bad unit. Now, King Ghidorah, on deployment, deals a wide range damage in a vertical line. So it's kind of like a strafe run. Basically, just goes across the whole map. Y'all seen it in the gameplay. And then it does a jump scare, which I think is cool. And then when it lands, its movement speed is increased by 100% when targeting a unit. So you can pair this thing up with like Scar King, Gigano 4, or King Caesar, any type of rush unit, and you can have like really crazy like pouncing ability, Kong and whatnot. You can really scare somebody. When attacking, performs 2 successive attacks with its left and right heads. So again, shouldn't counter, can take out a lot of shield units pretty quickly, like the newly buffed Jet Jaguar 2021. So this unit has pretty good utility. It's just not being seen a lot because I don't think the cost justifies the kit. The standard streamlined King Ghidorah is a 7 cost. Usually that's what it is. You got some of the 8 cost King Ghidorahs like 2019, but most of the time it's a 7 cost. To be honest, I think that's why we're not really seeing it, because there are better 7 cost King Ghidorah. There are better 7 cost units in the game already. So I don't really see this justifying the cost, this kit and these stats. The stats are okay, but I just don't think it justifies it. I think that this unit should be a 6 cost, and that's pretty much it. You're not really seeing it right now. I only saw it maybe once or twice today out of like the 50 games I played, or whatever it is. Like in the past couple of days, I've barely seen it, and it's sad because you would want to see like something like the new units more. We're so used to having so many good units come out over the last couple of seasons. You're gonna see it every game. Right now, you're not really seeing much, and that's really a bummer. But I don't think these are bad units, though. I think they have their case, they have their use, but maybe not right now. Maybe not with the Chibi duo running around and Ariake still being really good, and Des Ghidorah really being the best unit in the game, low-key, and even Mega King Ghidorah being so broken. It doesn't really have the use case right now. So it is what it is. Not a bad unit, though. I would still recommend using it. Don't put your GMATs into it yet, but as you can see there, it kind of helped me out against the Gauss and against, his leader HP. But again, it's really not crazy. We're not talking game-breaking unit. We're not talking Gamma Flying Form. We're not talking, Scar King or Chibi Duo or anything like that. As you can see here, though, I'm actually about to take this dub real quick. He gives up to me. A lot of these games are give-ups. There's a takeoff. That's nice. A lot of these games are give-ups, so maybe that is a sign to say maybe these units are really good, but yeah. Let's talk about Ride Godzilla now. Ride Godzilla is interesting. When we first saw his, I guess you could say his reveal, we were thinking that his little crit icon, which is now critical damage, we thought that was something for speed, attack speed. We thought, oh my god, Earth is about to hit at like 2 seconds now. Earth's about to become viable again, and in a case we were right. I mean, these things, this critical damage gimmick is really, really good. But at the same time, it doesn't justify the cost. So let's talk about Ride Godzilla. Ride Godzilla is a 6 cost and applies a critical effect to itself and nearby allied units in a circular zone. Now, it's not as big as the damage boost, like the, on spawn, like the Crystals for Space Godzilla are pretty big, Batcher's buff is pretty big, King Ghidorah 2019 buff is pretty big. It's smaller than that, but it packs a punch. We're talking 200% damage increase. This thing, you pair it up with Ginza Godzilla and you do like a damage boost on top of that. Whoa. Like, seriously, whoa. You're talking half the liter HP, if not more, depending on your levels. It is pretty satisfying. Only thing is, you only get one shot. Once you spawn that critical damage in, and your unit ends up hitting a Rainbow Mothra that's buffed, or you end up hitting a Crystal, that critical damage goes away. I still think he's a better leader, this Godzilla. We're not really here to talk about him as a leader, we're talking only as a unit. But I personally believe that on the first attack, if you're not attacking a leader or an enemy unit that's important, you're not going to be doing much. His stats, though, they're streamlined for a 6 cost Godzilla at level 16, level 17. It's, around 3,500 HP, around 800 damage. If there's another attack, it does a little over 1,000. It's good. It does the stomp attack, which, that's kind of like the finishing touch. When it does the stomp attack, you know that you're probably going to kill that unit. So that's always good to see. And I think it's an okay Godzilla. I still think it should be like a 5 cost though. I guess if it was a 5 cost, units like Scar King would have a field day with it. But either way, I mean, you saw right there, that critical damage on that Earth was pretty huge. We got rid of that Earth, no problem. But that's like the only thing I could say that it's really good against. It's against really, high HP units that it can take out no problem with that critical damage. You just have to make sure that you're getting the best use of it. If you're not going to hit a unit or a leader, like I said, if you're going to end up hitting something that's really not, really not going to take the damage, then it's really not worth it. But it's not terrible. I'm not really seeing these units, like I said. We're not really seeing them around. I think they're better than what, we're making it out to be right now. But I just think it's the way the meta is. I think with the Chibi Duo and Ariake and all that running around, again, these units are not really seeing that much play. But I'm actually making them look pretty good here. As you can see, I really got a nice push right here. Got some good damage on that guy again right there. And he's pretty tanky. He's tanking those Earth hits pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, you saw that right there. And I think this Godzilla's just getting a bad rap because of the 6 cost and because of the fact that there's a lot of better Godzillas that are 6 cost, even 7 cost. And that critical damage is just a one-time thing. You're not going to really get it multiple times. But for what it offers, it's going to find its place in the meta. It's going to find its place in the game. I mean, how many times have a Godzilla gotten buffed in this game? I mean, you know what I mean? So it definitely, anything can happen. I wouldn't say this is one of the worst Godzillas. I think it's definitely in the middle. But with all the chibis running around and stuff like that, I get it. It's hard to really determine how good this Godzilla really is right now because of all the broken meta things. I want to discuss real quick about the buffs. I am using Megalon in this video. Megalon is really fun to use right now. Unfortunately, it's still a little too squishy for my liking. You kind of really can't defend yourself at points because, yeah, you can do the damage down, but at the same time, against something like Des Ghidorah or even Gigan 04, it's kind of like, getting rinsed pretty quickly. So you have to have this unit with other units. Of course, one of the units you can run this thing with is the new Jet Jaguar 2021 buff that just came out. You can kind of block some hits right there, kind of help out with Megalon. And I think the 4-hit block is pretty justified. It's pretty good. You pair it up with Rainbow Mothra, get a couple of extra hits in there for free. That's pretty good, as I get to give up right there. So I'm not gonna lie, these new buffs have made the units pretty viable. I just kind of wish I saw the new units that came out more than I've seen the buff units, but it seems like I'm seeing the buff units more than the new units right now, and I hope that changes. I think down the road, these units that just came out will have a place in the meta. They will be used more. But until that happens, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what this rest of the season brings. We just got the Godzilla Tower, actually, and I definitely want to use it. Unfortunately, it's level 4, and it kind of gets smoked instantly. I tried using it one game, and it did nothing for me. It just died to a train bomb. So the train bomb is still running things against any facility and against anything that just stands there. So there's that. But I hope to get some gameplay with the Godzilla Tower. I think that's a really cool addition to the game, and we're gonna have to see what it does for the meta. I know it definitely has potential with G21, being that G21 does scaling damage as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. We're on Skull Island for our last match against Obelisk, and I'm using Biollante instead on this map because of the water. One thing I like about Biollante in the water with the critical damage of Godzilla is you're getting an 18% damage boost on top of a 200% damage boost. Because you can stack, this is not a damage ability, this is a critical damage ability. So you can stack these abilities and really, really cause havoc on the battlefield. I think Biollante does 18% in the water, right? Automatically, no matter what. Yeah, so that's pretty huge, I'm not gonna lie. Or it's 80%. I thought it was 18%, but I guess it's 80%. So 80% on top of 200. For some reason, I didn't spawn it in right here, but I should have did that before. Probably should have spawned it in correctly. Maybe I do it in this video, maybe I don't remember. But as you can see, Megalon is just doing work. I love the AoE, but it just doesn't hit hard. As you can see, it's just kind of taking a minute. I guess it's good for stalling now. And look at that. King Ghidorah taking out Burning Godzilla. I mean, guys, if you have a unit that's really, really low and you use this thing, it'll take it out from before it even causes a threat to anything on your team. I think that's huge. And you saw that first critical hit on the King Ghidorah. The damage is not there. I see what people are saying. The damage is not there. We're going to see right here how much damage this Godzilla ride does. Basically killed that chibi in one shot. That's not bad. And as you can see, King Ghidorah kind of got rinsed there. Again, Ariake is just too good. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you have one of the most broken units in the game still. They're never going to patch Ariake. They're never going to patch a Chibi Duo. So, I guess we have to just wait for better units to come out to counter these things. I think Baragon, when he comes out, will be able to counter it. As you can see, he uses his ability here. Do I use my ability to counter that ability that he just popped down? I don't. Put Biollante in the water, of course. He has Ariake coming down. You already know that's a problem. I want to take out the ability, debuff it immediately. GMK leader or GMK as a unit with Megalon is very fun right now. As you can see, I take out the Burning Godzilla again before it causes any damage to anything on my team. Just a smart play to do. This game is going down to the wire because he has a push against me. I'm trying to defend myself. Super Mega Godzilla, Mogera, Chibi Duo. We're seeing a lot of Super Mega Godzillas this season, I've noticed. I guess people are starting to get levels on it, or maybe people are starting to mat it. We're not too far away from a shop update, so we will be seeing Super Mega Godzilla in the shop pretty soon. So definitely people are going to invest in it. This guy has a great push coming to me right now. You see Ariake, you see the Chibi Duo. It's getting a little hectic, but I'm going to defend myself as best as I can. Biollante Wakasa Bay on one side, Biollante regular on the other, just to spread it out, get nice AoE damage. I'm going to throw down Gigan. I think this is where we're going to take it. We defended that push perfectly. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace.